Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft episode. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm going for a little change of atmosphere today. I'm in my daughter's Zen den. My husband and I are empty nesters for almost a week. Some people really like that. I'm not so much. So it's he and I and the three goats and the golden retriever, and thankfully we've got some kids living sort of close by. But anyway, so I thought I'd feel her presence down here while we chat about being impeccable with our word. And that is, the inspiration is coming from the same place, the last two, because Don Miguel Ruiz is the author of the wonderful book, The Four Agreements. It stems from ancient Toltec wisdom, and it's very good. These, however, are being delivered not exactly in order, but for me, I don't think it matters too much. So we talked about taking things personally and to try to not do that to the best we can, right? How it works for me anyway. If whatever it is I'm trying to make a change, if I'm doing, depending on what it is, less of that or more of that than the day before, then yay, hooray for me, right? So taking things less personally, making fewer assumptions because those generally don't work out well. And then today's is being impeccable with our word. And as far as I know, the word impeccable means without sin. So we can take that in the kind of religious way or spiritual way of going against God or higher power or source or universe or however you want to label that. You can take it that way. And I also think, in my opinion, it could be interpreted because it wouldn't be that different really. Whenever we say things that really kind of pinch us off or separate us from our own authenticity, from our own authentic self. And I think, I'll speak for myself because I think we've all had those moments where we know better and everything, but we feel that instant feel-good fix of fitting in with the group. And even as seasoned adults, not just teenagers do this, we all do this, especially when, I don't know, we're in the workplace and we care about those people, or maybe we're brand new somewhere. And we have that instant, sort of judgy moment because that's what the momentum is. And then we have that instant feel-good fix because we're fitting in that conversation. It doesn't even have to be, I'm thinking of gossipy, unkind stuff, but it doesn't even have to be. It can be, maybe you're in a political conversation and you really don't gel and agree with everybody. And rather than speaking up, you kind of just go along with it because it's easier. But that pinches us off because it's not our own truth, right? So whatever that is. So being impeccable with our word means to do less of that, right? So to be really precise with our wording, to mean what we say and say what we mean. If we could do that more, remember, we're not looking for perfect. The P word's really, really bad. We're looking for the other P word, progress, not perfection, right? If we can just sort of focus on trying to be more accurate, pushing the pause button when we feel like reacting, right, which we were talking about earlier, and reacting is the faster. We talked about the system 1 and system 2 systems of thought, right, based on the work of Daniel Kahneman, who wrote Thinking Fast and Slow. So the system 1 is kind of like that, you can't see my legs, but I can do it like, knee-jerk reaction. And that's our automatic thinking, which leads to stereotyping and prejudice and discrimination. And even on a lesser level, just often just regular petty hurtful stuff, but just like, bleh. And then we have system 2, which is more responsive. Reactive is quick, right? Responsive is more slowed down. System 2 looks for facts. System 2 says, wait, no, that's a stereotype. I don't even know this person. Like, let's get to know her first. Like, it slows it all down. What are the facts for this decision you're making? What are these facts for how you're treating this person? What are the facts for how you're labeling this person? And then we really it goes to that filter of system 2. So we're less apt to react and more likely to respond. And we talked about that also being related to Watson and Holmes, which is the work of Maria Konnikova, Mastermind. It's a book I use in cognitive psych. It's so good. So, but she says the same things, just in a different way. So instead of being the knee-jerky, we need Watson. He kind of pulls Sherlock out of the way of trains when it's necessary too. But we really want to be in a Holmes state most of the time, which goes with today's topic, which is being impeccable with your word. Because if we're kind of pushing the pause button, observing, watching, fact-checking, gathering info, when we do that internally in our own heads, what comes out is more likely to be more accurate, more precise. And when we're more accurate and precise with our words, a lot less damage is caused. I don't mean damage with a big D necessarily. It's all little stuff we do. We say things that might be hurtful, not even on purpose. We say things that just aren't accurate and cause problems in another way. And yeah, so if we can make an effort to do that every day, I think it'd be better. Think of that also with texting. We talked about that with the other two things of taking things personally and making assumptions, right? Roll that together with being precise with our words, because it's already so difficult to interpret a text 100% accurately, which is why there's so much drama flying over cell phones. It was an exclamation point. She must be really pissed, right? Or, it's what emojis and who knows what they mean and all of that. And so if we're impeccable with our word all the way around, especially with text messaging too, because that's already challenging, right? Just think of how much less drama. It would definitely shut down a whole lot of the gossip, I think, which would mean there'd be a lot less hurting in general of people, right? And that doesn't mean just the people we're talking about. It means us, because I know for me, which at 58 doesn't happen as much, obviously, because you kind of come into it and, whatever. But occasionally, of course, we're human. It doesn't even have to be on a big level, remember. It just can be like we didn't stick with our opinion or whatever. There's that immediate feel-good thing, and that's what does it. But when we're precise, that stuff all just dissipates and diminishes, and it's just better as much as we can. So, all right, so those go together. So if we can do our best to take things less personally, make fewer assumptions, and be impeccable with our word, we will have a whole lot more drama in our lives, which means, guess what? Just like a computer, when you clear the space, you got a whole lot more room for the happiness and the joy and the love and all these positive emotions. Awesome. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from my daughter's Zen Den. Miss you, Pudgy. Have a mindful day.